So we should be live on
Okay.
Facebook and on YouTube now. Welcome to the CoopCongo dialogue, the Thursday dialogue. Um, this is for us to share and learn more about the cooperative. So today we are going for the fifth dialogue, where we welcome all our members and their guests. For those that invited guests that are here. And it is a pleasure for us to conduct this dialogue. Now, the theme today to discuss is about how to become a director, because many people in the community, whenever we talk to them, they want to understand how to become a director. So then the need was to, we felt as CoopCongo that it will be beneficiary if we just discuss that topic today. And the next week, another interesting topic on what are the benefits of me becoming a member. Why? Because also many people want to be to know exactly what are the benefits as soon as they join as members. I'm struggling to move my mouse. I don't know what's happening, but sorry for that. Okay. So the agenda is that we will go through the introduction and we'll discuss how to become a director, which is equivalent to a board member for now. And then we will go to open time, which will be questions. As an introduction, we know this, that we are in our developmental phases at the norming, where we are putting together all that will lead us in the cooperative. And our vision is to sell our 2 million shares, which will allow us to have a minimum capital of 20 million. And we have a roadmap that as soon as we have the 200 members, we should grow at a fast speed. And also our membership fees will go with that estimate. And also our share prices will change. Just have to mention here to remind members that in terms of share prices, we've had that reduction of 50% on the price of shares. And then it was a discounted price for us to have some cash into the cooperative, and that discounted pricing will end on the 31st of October. I think you've seen it in your statement. And we'll all go back to the normal price of 10 rand. So the discounting price will fall away. And we will also, here is an estimate of our share contribution. And now we are preparing for full operations. As such, we have our organization structure, which at the top we have the General Assembly, and in the middle we have in blue the Board of Directors, We have the supervisory committee on the right, and we have 5 other committees under, so they're working right now to get us what we need for our cooperative to function well. And then we will have a number of employees. We will have a manager, accountant, cashiers, and officers that will help the cooperative to go forward. 2 big conditions for the cooperative to get a license from the Reserve Bank. Now we're sitting at 65 members. We need to push hard for a minimum of 200. The 100,000 in the bank account, that is already fulfilled. So opportunities that we will have saving products, credit products, and community products. Our saving, credit, and investment committee is busy finalizing those products. They will present soon. How to be a director. As such, we want to first know what is a director. A director in the cooperative is a trusted person in the community, because the cooperative has the field of operation for the cooperative is our community. So directors in community cooperatives are trusted people to whom the members will vest their interest in terms of running and keeping, running not the day-to-day, but running the cooperative and keeping it safe so that their money will not disappear. So they are trusted people, and they are volunteers. They don't get paid. They don't have salaries, and they may receive a stipend for some of the duties that they may render in the cooperative. They may have a stipend on meeting days, something like that. And they get refund on expenses that are due to the cooperative's work. Let's say a director is sent to Cape Town. That director can be reimbursed for the expenses of traveling, of accommodation, of food that might be incurred during the travel, but they don't have salaries. That makes it that cooperatives become very competitive compared to other financial institutions, because there's no salary to be paid to board members, to directors. And what is expected of those directors that we are, like myself, it's that we need to establish the cooperative's mission and purpose. We need to select capable team members that will protect the interest of members and the cooperative and run the cooperative affairs efficiently. We need to plan for the organization and monitor and manage the financial resources. If you've seen the structure, the organizational structure earlier, it makes it that there will be a committee, members, managers, and the staff members that will run the cooperative. So resources, financial resources must be monitored by the board members, the directors. They have to help the cooperative skill set to be at a level that is adequate to fulfill the mandate of the cooperative. So they will help develop those skills. They serve in committees. We have 6 committees right now. So there is a lot of work in committees. Yes, non-director members can serve in committees, and even external consultants may be called to serve into committees. But the head of committees are generally directors. And they can also agree to adopt new board members or recruit new board members so that the required minimum of board members will remain. They have a big mission of spreading the word, of marketing the organization, protecting the integrity and the prestige of the organization wherever they are, due to their conduct, due to their influence in the community. People trust them, so they need to talk about the cooperative. At the same time, they in a way represent the values of the cooperative. So they play a big role. It needs a big commitment in terms of time, of energy. Directors are not paid, they don't have a salary, but they need to commit their time. Why? Because they love their community. That is the main, they love their community. They want to help their community. They want to see their community flourish. That's why they commit their time. And they do help to maintain organizational integrity, like I explained previously. Now, so who will evaluate that people can fulfill all these duties and functions? It is the members. So members know which person can do what. Why? Because we are in the community. That is why the cooperative initially is a community affair, because people know each other. People can judge, they can commit, they can understand who can fulfill which role and so on. That is why members will recruit the director they want to be in the board. How does the recruitment happen? It is through elections. Any member who is legally in good terms with the cooperative can become a director during elections. In our constitution, and generally speaking in South Africa, it is 3 years renewable. So as we are a temporary group now trying to set up the cooperative, at the first general meeting after we get our license, we will constitute a permanent board of directors that will run the affairs for 3 years. And the process which we have in the constitution will be followed, so that after every 3 years, we can have new members in the board as directors. Now, because of what we know of ourselves, we have made it that for you to become a director, you must have spent time in the cooperative. We must have seen you doing some work. We must have seen your commitment one way or another. And the best way that we felt we can monitor that commitment is through committees. If somebody has committed time in committees, we will hardly doubt that such a person will not commit time in the board. So we will really encourage our members to help in committees, because that is one of the conditions in CoopCongo for you to become a director. You must have served at least in one committee, and then be elected by, there is an election process. Whenever there is election, then be duly elected by the members at an annual general meeting, or if there is an extraordinary general meeting for elections. But it must be a duly constituted members general meeting that will elect board members. There might be some other conditions that will depend on the board. So, but they will be known long before any election. So they can also put out some conditions before members can be elected to the board. I think that was it for people that want to become directors and board members. It was meant because we were expecting a lot of questions and a lot of people that always ask, I want to be a director. So we were expecting people to come and become directors. Thank you very much. The floor is open. So if people have questions or input, because there is many directors I see here in the call, they can also respond or add if we forgot anything during the presentation. Thank you very much, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you for the presentation.
Any questions? Mr. Kabea.
No question from me. It was clear, actually. Maybe, yeah.
So your ambitions are confirmed?
Maybe, maybe not. So maybe a question on how do the director make the monthly payment? The same way as us, or a little bit more, or something like that?
Oh, you mean the financial commitment?
Yeah.
Remember, in the cooperative, everyone is equal.
Okay. Because I know that the shares are different for directors, and that's what I'm asking. So.
No, the shares are not different from directors.
Okay, cool.
We called it director shares. Actually, initially, we thought we will limit those shares to directors. But actually, the association that works with the central bank, the Reserve Bank, told us that if we do it that way, it will be illegal. We cannot by law. So that's why we had to open up to everyone. So those shares are available to everyone. And there are some members that bought, I think 3 or 4 members that bought director shares. We call it director shares because they are different from ordinary shares. And I explained earlier that those shares are discounted shares that were meant for us to get a financial boost towards our fulfillment of the financial requirements. Hence, because we already beyond what is required, we felt that we don't need to keep that discounted price and it will fall away. But you can buy the director shares if you want. They are open.
How much?
It is 5
It's,
rand per share.
I saw 5 rand. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah, 5 rand because I saw 5 rand and 10 rand for members. That's why I want to know the difference as well.
So any member can buy any type of the 2 types of shares that we have. We have the ordinary shares and we have the director shares. You could call it discounted shares. Now, the ordinary shares are 10 rand per share, and you need to buy a minimum of 240 shares, making it 2,400. The discounted shares, in bracket director shares, are 5 rand per share, but you need to buy a minimum of 4,000 shares or 20,000 rand. We know it's a lot of money, so we allow you as a member to pay over 12 months for your shares.
Okay.
But remember, 31st of October, the director or the discounted shares disappear. We all back to, we are not going to sell discounted shares from 1st of November anymore.
Okay.
Because it will be a waste. Actually, we don't need to waste anymore.
Okay, noted.
Great. So all clear.
Clear for me.
I can't see the chat. Brother Eddie, I don't know if you can see the chat.
Yes,
There is.
Yeah, I can see the chat as well.
There's a question here.
Yes.
Do we have enough insight to know how many people we have expected to have signed up by now compared to the 65 that we have?
Okay. All right.
Projection.
The projection is I was explaining to one new member to whom I spoke yesterday, and she signed up today because she mostly asked that question. That what was your prediction when you started on the 1st of January? I explained that actually the initiative started before in 2017, but we just rebooted it on 1st of January. And from 1st of January, we gave ourselves 2 years. 1st of January 2019 up to 31st of December 2020 to reach the 200 members. Why? Because we know there is up to now a big problem of trust in the community, and we had to work around that. So it would have taken some time for people to first know what is this, and second, start giving some level of trust. At this stage, people are aware of CoopCongo. People are beginning to trust. So it is a matter of us finalizing whatever membership recruitment that we need to do. Hence, we accelerated since April the number of activities that, if you realize, we never had so many activities last year, but because it was a time for us to go and explain to people. But now those people are ready to join. So it's a matter of capacity, going around and finalizing the membership with people If we can do it well, within 2-3 months, we should go beyond the 200 that we need, because people are ready to join with us now. So, oh, I see there is a hand. So,
Yeah, that's Eric Malebe.
yes, 1 second. So we are expecting to have quite a big drive now. The estimate was that by December 2020, we should at least have the minimum of 200 members. Yes, Mr. Malebe?
Bonsoir, Chief. Yeah, I think
Bonsoir, bonsoir.
bonsoir, bonsoir. My question is just relates to what you were saying now. If we are looking at December, maybe to have those 200 members, um, what what structures do you think we need to have on day one to be able to operate?
Okay. Yes, we're looking at December, but truly we will have meetings which we have now, like the one we have now and others throughout up to 31st of October. So the idea of the executive is that we will use the month of November to put all that we require for us to be operational 1st of January 2021. That requires us mainly to have an office. We visited a few offices already. And we are busy discussing such things with the board. But remember a good advice that came from one of the members who deals with properties at the AGM on the 19th of January 2020, who strongly advised us to not spend money unless we are near to starting our operations. So we're following that advice. It will save us some money, and all the structure. We will have our first office somewhere around November, so that we can operate from there and be ready with all other operations from 1st of January. If you have input, you can also join through the committees or talk to any member of the board or the executive, so that remember, being a member, this is your company. So it's not just the people out there. You also can advise, can give positive input, and we do acknowledge that. We do follow through with members' input. Last week there was one which we took to the committees so that committees can examine. So that is the position for now. Yes, Mbuta Edouard?
There's one more hand from Papa Jerome Bitumba. But before Papa Jerome could speak, I just wanted to emphasize one thing. The reason the directors should come from committees is by being inside the committee, you actually get to know better the cooperative. You get to understand the cooperative better. You get to oversee some of other issues, things about the cooperative. So that is the advantage. When you become a director, for example, when you're elected as a director, you wouldn't be having difficulties in dealing with some issues and even writing reports and so on. That's what I wanted to add.
Thank you, Papa Edouard.
Yeah, I think we can give Mr. Jerome Bitumba a word now.
So it's actually Gergie, bonsoir.
Gergie, you know, you changed it because I can't see. Yeah. Please. Oh, okay. Gergie Bitumba. All right. Thank you.
You must write junior.
Yeah, I'll write it. All right.
Because some of us are standing here and thinking, okay, let me wait for the word from the elder, and it is okay, cool.
Do you mind just going back up to the slide? I think where you're showing the savings officer and all that. I think
Oh, that is the structure, yes.
yeah, in terms of this structure, how many like which positions would have to be filled on the first for us to say, okay, we're operational? In terms of the board of directors, how many board of directors do we need? And maybe do we actually do need someone in the education committee, or can we? What positions here would we need from the first?
Okay. Uh, the General Assembly is everyone. The board of directors is we are 15, so we are full for now. It was not easy to fill it up. I talked of the trust that never existed before. So the board of directors that are there for now on as a temporary structure until we get our license. This board of directors committed to that lack of trust so that we can get going. So we really salute them and thank them all the times. Now, all the committees are also filled up with people that are working. The supervisory committee has directors there. Education committee, there are directors. Saving committee, there are directors. The loan and investment has been put together with the saving. There is a membership committee. There is also people there, and there is directors, and the policies committee is also with directors. You can join any committee that you want to serve in. If you know you have some expertise, you can avail yourself to any of the committees that exist as a member. So we do appeal to members to help in committees.
Okay, so you'll actually come on as a member, but then you won't be actually in the board of committees.
No, you won't be in the board because in your committee there will be a board member that is chair of that committee and will be reporting into the board of directors.
Okay.
But should you one day want to become a director, one of the conditions will be that you must have served in a committee. We don't want to see people um, jumping from nowhere and becoming directors. It is
So where
not
does
a good way.
where does the marketing like where does the marketing group fall under in terms of this membership?
Okay, for now, we are considering our small marketing resources within the membership committee. But you see, I forgot to mention the employees. Down there is employees, accountant, cashiers, officers, and so on. Depending on the type of structure that we will have and the amount of resources we will have more employees there. And we will probably have a fully fledged marketing team under employees. From day one, we will probably have an administrator or administrator slash cashier or something like that who will be manning our office because by then we will not have enough money to pay all the people. So we will have an employee, at least one, who will help us at the office. But as we grow, we will then have a fully fledged team of all experts, accounting, marketing, um, and so on.
Okay. Thank you.
Pleasure. Mama Justine Bitumba.
Thank you, Chairman, for the. Thank you. Sorry, just yeah. I'm just speaking here, not as a director. I want to speak as a member So the question just came now from Bitumba Junior about the marketing. I think as a member, we should invest in the marketing from now instead of waiting where we are going to become operational. I believe that we need a bit of marketing right now. So if we can try also maybe to have if we use it as within the membership committee, which I am the chairperson now, but I believe that we have to invest for the marketing right now. The committee that we have now, we need the resources for that. Can be money, also skills. So with the committee that we have now on the membership, we don't have that skill, IT skills. We need to do a lot of clip videos, and we need that. So if we can consider really to have more members or people with skills to join that team, so that we develop marketing material. I think it will be a good one to start. I don't feel that we have to wait until we are fully operational to do the marketing.
No, marketing is happening. Marketing has been happening not in a way that Mr. Bitumba probably asked the question. I think he wanted to know that big team of marketing, but we're doing a low-level marketing, which we need to increase as we go, and that will probably yield a fully fledged marketing team. But right now we're doing low marketing ourselves. Your committee's team is doing that, so we will beef up the resources, yes, so that the committee can accelerate the marketing activities. But he's looking for, if we need a marketing person, that will be, yes, Mr. Bitumba?
Well, I just wanted to say, like, in terms of marketing, when you're looking at it, I see it from how they teach us that it's communication. You're communicating to your consumer, because as much as this is a community thing that we're building, it's also a product at the end of the day. So we also treat it as a product. And if we're doing that, marketing is basically ensuring that we have a consistent message, because that's how we're going to gain trust. If we all trying to say the same thing but in different ways, it might not help the actual brand, because we need to make sure we have brand awareness, but also brand understanding, so that we can actually have the trust. So you must be aware and understand, but the understanding comes from a consistent, repetitive message. So if we're doing something on social media that's repetitive and consistent, then that can actually trigger people to behave and actually feel like they can trust the actual brand that you've created.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And we will also count on our youth members to come with actual ideas that fit their profile of membership. Thank you. Papa Edouard, any other question?
I also maybe
There's
just
no
wanted to
question
ask.
in the chat. Yes, go ahead.
I was going to ask, do we think like we could do more word of mouth? Like personally, I know maybe I could be speaking more about it. Do we as a group feel like maybe we've done enough speaking about it? Because we can also say that we're pushing, but sometimes we might not feel like we've said enough to people. Or do we feel like it's more from the people that we're speaking to, there's just that reluctancy?
I personally don't know. I don't know. Mr. Malebe, do you have an answer to that?
I think it's a general anyone, because It can either be we're not speaking enough and also not like getting enough out digitally, or it could be from the other side, we are doing that, but people just don't trust it because they just haven't known it for long enough.
No, digitally we have not done at the level we would have wanted to, but where we're going. So we did plan to do quite some activities in July, but unfortunately we couldn't fulfill that. So, but we are busy revisiting those plans so that we can catch up.
Chair, I was actually just going to say, and just to sort of back up what has been mentioned, I think we do need to
Mr.
have
Bichu.
a deliberate marketing plan. I think we do need to have a committee or subcommittee or something like that that just focuses on marketing, because I sit in part of that savings and loan committee, and as we are starting to complete a lot of the documentation and stuff like that, I think we don't want to be on the back foot. We need to tell people about CoopCongo, what it's about. I think we need to be quite aggressive with our marketing. We can't just rely on word of mouth anymore. And there's a lot of ways we can do this for free, but we need a marketing plan.
Not a problem. One of the aspects is that when we go for marketing, we need to have a full idea of the products. Yes, we know we will have saving products, we will have credit products, we will have social products, but the specific details of those products are actually coming from the Saving Credit and Investment Committee. The report that came last time from that committee through the chairperson is that you are almost done with the work and we should be receiving the report soon. We will package all of that so that when we go full blast onto the market, we know exactly with all the details which products we will put first on in the community, what will be the pricing, what will be the model, and so on. So that is the exercise that is finishing now, which will also help in the marketing process. Thank you for reminding of that. I forgot even to mention it.
Thank you.
Chairman, can I say something, please?
Yes, yes, Mutabru.
Yes, thank you very much, Chair. I wanted just to say that in terms of marketing, I think marketing will be ongoing. There is no way you can say that we have done a lot, then we have to stop. Marketing will still be there. Now, what kind of marketing we have to do now? I think for the moment, we cannot focus on marketing the product will be selling. We have to market on the concept first. And because if the people we are targeting and cannot understand why they can join the cooperative, then I don't think that they can stay for long in the cooperative, because they will come just for a certain interest. Of course, all of us we are joining the cooperative because we are also expecting some interest. But if the first step would be to adhere on the concept, because when you buy the concept, you can be patient to get the result you want to get. We have to continue to use the word, and I agree with the Mr. Malebe that we need a marketing strategy, a marketing plan, because without that, it would be like we are doing that without direction. And I want also to take the opportunity to invite the youth, because listening to what the Bitumba Junior just said, it is very interesting. I think we have to capitalize on that, because the young people have a lot of ideas, and they also have the network. For me, if I join the cooperative, not for myself, but I see the future. And the future of the cooperative is for the youth. I think they need to come on board, because they are preparing their own future. We are just putting the foundation of the for them to enjoy that cooperative. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for the comment. We appreciate.
Yeah, we can go with Gergie again, then followed by Dr. Bitumba. Gergie, you can go ahead.
I think it's me.
Oh.
The name are confusing. We have to change it.
No, I see the top is Gergie. Okay, but it's fine. Yeah, you can go ahead, Mama Justine.
Okay. Sorry for that interaction. Yeah, I wanted just to second Mr. Bruno's idea. I think the marketing need is there, and we have to start. And our first product is the conception. So the concept of the CoopCongo, that is what we are going to market now. So we have just to make noise so that people are aware of us, of our existence, and just as Bitumba Junior says, to repeat the message so that people are just hearing, and one day the person says, no, let me just find more about this one. So we really need that. So the other product will come after, but for now, what we have to sell, what we have to market is Congo as a concept.
Papa, Dr. Bitumba.
Maybe he's on silent.
Yeah, if you can just unmute yourself, then.
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, but thanks for granting me opportunity to view my point as well. I think what we need to look at. I'm thinking of the product you mentioned, the social product, the loans, and so on. Is it really tailored to the needs of our community? Because our target clientele is a Congolese community. Did we do any market analysis, a sort of survey of their needs? What's the burning desire for them in order to develop as a community? What's the burning issue? What they need more or more, in order to develop? If we done such a research or a survey so that we tailor our product to their needs. Okay.
Eric Malebe.
Thank you, Chair. Well, not. I think maybe all I wanted to really add was, if we are talking about this marketing and we want to do a marketing drive, I think maybe we must also consider some of the difficulties some people have in becoming members. I find that sometimes going online, downloading the form, you have to fill in the form, scan it, send it back. Maybe we must look at a way for people to be able to apply for membership on the website. So type in that information and then maybe send the FICA and all the other documentation sort of after they've submitted the application online. I think it will help a lot of people if you can apply for membership on your phone or even on the website without having to download stuff, use a pen, etc. Just a thought.
Yeah, Mama Justine.
Sorry. Yeah, I want to just thank you. I wanted just to add on what Mr. Malebe said. It was also brought up during our meeting, the membership committee meeting. We really need to look at the website, and the people, they would like really to go onto the website and find the information, because that is actually with the actual environment and technology. When you speak about something, the person always, the first mind, educated people will say, let me Google. So when they Google, they don't see really, they don't find us, they don't find much information. It doesn't really give a level of trust for us. So if we can also try our best to develop our website to be function in full.
Georgie?
Maybe on silent.
You can
Okay,
unmute, Georgie.
I've unmuted. So
Okay.
I've just said, I think that we should also focus on the problems that people are having as well, while we're looking at giving them the concept of the understanding. So if they understand what we're doing, because that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a brand or a business that solves problems for Black people. We are the Black people. So that's all that's happening. We are a problem solver. That's our goal. That's our mission with this corporation, to be able to have our network invest in a community and solve our problems. So we need to market that. That is the concept. That when you're joining CoopCongo, it's because we're not joining to compete against each other. If we are going to compete, it's going to be with anyone that is not within the Congolese community of CoopCongo, trying to make the positive change we want to.
I think Papa Mark,
Okay.
maybe you can now talk. We don't have much time anymore.
No, I am fine. I think we will, our website will, we wanted to revamp since a long time, but it's not yet finalized. But I think today, if you Google CoopCongo, you should find a lot of links. We have our YouTube, our Facebook, and the website has some information. I agree we need to make it easier to submit the membership form, and that will be done hopefully before the 26th, because what we want is on the 26th, we need people to be able to connect and apply directly on the website. So we'll come back to it. Probably next week, we'll talk about it again and give some progress. Thank you. I don't know, it is 2 minutes to finishing. For me, it was a pleasure having this time, and I think the sharing that we're doing every week gives us feedback, information, so that we can become better, and the interaction and input and participation of members is really, really welcome, and we thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other question before we close? Input? 1, 2, 3.
I would just say, maybe I would just, the last thing I would say is maybe just in terms of marketing, we must just remember this: in the business cycle, we're in the introductory phase. So all of our marketing should be based off information, and we should be looking to people that are more persuaded. So the maybes first. So we should try maybe do research into, or if you say people are ready to sign up, let us know who those people are, so that maybe we can send them a personal message on WhatsApp and say, hey, have you signed up? Or maybe also just getting people to come to meetings. Maybe we should know who comes and who doesn't, so that maybe we can help people, because sometimes it's difficult for you to feel committed to something when there's a lot of time. But I mean, even if we can get someone to come to a meeting in the last 10 minutes, by the looks of this looks like it's just a group gathering and putting ideas together, which is good. And the more people we get to these meetings, the better for us. And I think that goes with the marketing, because if we want to sell the concept, it's for us to get people into this meeting more so that they understand it more and then they get it out more. So more, yeah,
Thank you.
I think the
Yeah.
more people here, that means the more people we have in this actual group, that is a good metric to see that our marketing is doing well.
Thank you so much. Mr. Malebe?
Sorry, Chair, just a quick comment. Papa Bitumba asked if we've done any marketing, any surveys or anything like that to understand the need. I think maybe our board member can correct me on this, but as far as I'm aware, the short answer is no. We have not done any survey to understand all the immediate needs. Our approach has been to look at what products are generally out there in the market, and how we can offer a product, number one, that speaks to our community, our needs. As I know, it's a very subjective thing to say because we have different needs, and how we can offer better value than what you would if you went to a normal bank. So I do know that there's been a lot of debates about the kind of products and the kind of products we should offer or should not offer. So maybe if there is some input, I would encourage anyone to get in contact with anyone from the committee and to share ideas. That's very important.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malebe. We appreciate feedback. Okay, at this stage, oh,
I'd say last thing, just to back up what Mr. Maleve said there. Um, in terms of doing a needs analysis, it's definitely necessary to create a tailored product, because that is where we're heading in terms of going forward. We're not going to interact as much as groups. It's going to be within small confined groups and digital aspects of life. So we need to have a needs analysis and understand, because geographically speaking, not everyone's going to feel the same way about things. Um, but apart from that, once we do understand the needs, then we can actually create the products and market better, like you've said.
thank you so much. All right. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your participation. And we look forward to our next weekly dialogue next week, where we will discuss the benefit of being in CoopCongo's cooperative. Let's keep on talking about the cooperative to our friends, relatives, and our loved ones. God bless you. Keep away from COVID and obey the advices from specialists and our leaders. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening, folks.
Merci. Good night.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We will try those drops.